Hey everybody, doing my check-in. Um, Yesterday I spent some time going through a lot of my videos and just kind of getting, I don't know, getting reminded of what it was like in the very beginning of the setback and all the improvements that happened. And just that kind of feeling of like reconnecting to that feeling of wonder and awe when I started to be able to do like really simple things that like we take for granted, like eating or just walking a little bit, being able to like put on makeup or like see myself, relate to myself, or when I was first able to sit in a room after the acute was 2.5 months, being able to sit in a room with my partner or my son, and be able to be in the same space, because I wasn't able to do that because of the chemical surges and I guess it was like anxiety, but it's more than anxiety. It was like the chemical feelings I can't even describe. So I was just kind of connecting to like how appreciating I was of these signs of healing, and could see my healing going up and up and up. And I definitely, was going like this. And then I had this really great window where suddenly it seemed like I just went, like I shot up. And it was very unexpected. I wasn't considering that that would happen. And it was right after a fairly long wave that I like, it just went away. It was like one of those weird, and I've had those before, and even before the setback, in waves where I'm just doing horrible for weeks, and just thinking this is never going to end, and I'm stuck like this, and I'm have a chronic illness, and then literally will like wake up and it's done, and that wave is just gone. So that had happened in my last big wave, and it was good for me to go back and look at that, because I've been very frustrated and getting down at my lack of progress. Like I got to about 50% of where I was before the setback, and like plateaued. And then in the plateau, I went into another, like a dip. And it's been, many weeks now of being in this dip, and not only not seeing any like shifts and progress or changes, but also not feeling like health and vitality, which is what I had had in my previous really good long window. I was finally starting to feel like health, from my yogurt, like health and vitality, and feeling like a joie de vivre, and like feeling like, wow, like I'm walking again, and I'm drinking a little coffee, and just having like the markers of health. It's been many weeks now where I'm just feeling sick a lot, and feeling the chronic fatigue and the exhaustion and the sleep issues, and just that weighed down, like bogged down, like feeling of like unwell, or the malaise, or like there's something not like processing properly in my body. And it's caused a lot of confusion, and I even looked back at a video I had made where I said, if you don't see any, it's like I'm speaking to myself in these videos, like if you don't see any signs of healing, don't worry, don't give up hope, because for the longest time you may not see any signs of healing, and then suddenly everything will shift, or everything can shift. So it was good for me to hear that, because I've been feeling really down, like, hey, what happened? Like, I don't see any more signs than where I am. Like, I'm stuck, I'm in this plateau. And in this plateau, I've been having more bad days than good days. And really, even on my good days, they're like not great baseline. And And so, yeah, it was good to look back and be like, okay, I've done this before. And I've done this before the setback. This is just normal for me. Like, this is exactly how my healing went the whole time. So it makes sense, that it would be happening again, but it doesn't mean that I don't have a lot of feelings about it. And the feelings that come up are just like, they just go through every part of my life and my history and my childhood, and everything comes up. Like, everything is coming up for me around this. Like, my self-worth, my identity, how good of a person I am, how good of a parent I am, how good of a child I was, or how my stuff with my parents, like, everything comes up in this, because I think being chronically ill, like having a chronic illness, is really got to be one of the hardest. On your emotional, your mental health, your psyche, it's just hard. It's like you see other people living a life or complaining about little things. You're like, well, I wish I could complain about that shit, It just so much comes up. And it's funny because I know that before the setback, when I had those months and months and months of like my best window and just feeling so good and so healed, like I remember thinking, I am so glad. I actually felt grateful for having gone through all of that, because I had shifted and healed so much of my identity and my self-worth and feelings of, not being good enough. Like, all of that I had healed through the process of going through withdrawal. Because you do have to work on the reasons why you were taking that stuff to begin with. Like, there's stuff underneath all of this. And I had worked on it, and I feel like so much is coming up again. But this time, to be honest with you, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to, I don't actually have the energy. I don't have energy. I am devoid of energy to do that. So yeah, my wave that I've been in, or I don't know, dip, flare. Everybody has their way of describing windows and waves. So, I know that where I'm sitting right now today, what I'm doing, what I've been able to do today would be like when I was in that acute from the setback, I would pay money and like donate like an organ to be where I am now. Like, I'm not saying that this is by no means an acute level. However, I'm tired. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of, it's been 4 years since I stopped taking the Ativan that I was taking as needed, and went into the hospital and got put on Klonopin and basically kindled my brain and kindled my body. I am tired. The person who I was before all this, like, I miss her. And yeah, so I know this is like a positive channel. I try to be upbeat, but that didn't work. My hair is still such a mess. I try to be upbeat, but this is real talk, this is real talk, and this is something that I will look back on this video a month from now, 2 months from now. Things are constantly changing. I might be totally different tomorrow. I might pull out of this tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. But I pray for all of us. I pray that we just heal, especially people who are protracted. And it's funny because I was talking with a friend yesterday who's also been in a bad setback, and it's like, am I really protracted, or did I just have a bad setback? Because I honestly think if I hadn't had that setback, I would have been fine. I would have just kept living my life and kept moving in the trajectory that I was going. You know, I was very clear. I had lots of energy. I had like parts of me just kept coming back and coming back. Like you'll hear about people say, oh, just when I thought I was healed, then a whole other level of myself came back. That was happening for me. I was like shocking myself, like, oh my God, I totally forgot that there was that part of me, or that level of energy, or that level of capability. And it was just coming back and coming back until I finally felt like, whew, I'm done with this whole withdrawal. Like I'm finally done. So I don't know, am I protracted, or did I just have like a really unfortunate, bad interaction with an antibiotic that did not agree with me, that, you know, crashed my GABA? Who knows? It doesn't really matter. I don't know. But I don't know that I fully believe anymore. It's hard to believe in these times, and that's why that video where I said, even if you can't believe it, because of course it's hard. If you don't see signs of healing, like a sign of healing would be so nice right now. Just give me a sign. And I used to stand on my porch and I'd pray and pray. In the beginning of the setback, I'd just be like, just give me something, please, like a little sign of healing. And then I'd get a sign, like something little would shift, something would come back. I'd be able to start eating again. I was gaining weight. And that's what all of my videos were talking about. And I feel like I've plateaued, and I'm like, give me another sign. Like, you know, so that's my prayer. It's like signs of healing. And maybe I don't see them right now. Maybe other people could see them. I don't know. I don't see anything. I feel like I had hit this really good window, and I was like listening to music with my kid. I had energy. I was all this stuff. And then I dipped down. And in this dip, I'm not seeing it. It's like I'm in the mystery. I'm in the, like I used to say, you know, it's like a tree that has roots, and you can't see the roots. They're under the soil, but they're absorbing all the nutrients. And I feel like it's hard to trust when you can't see it. I can't see that my body is absorbing nutrients. I can't see that the healing process is happening. And then finally, you know, you see on the tree, you see the flowers and the fruit and everything. It's like, oh yeah, it was happening this whole time. But I'm in the mystery right now. I don't see it. And it's hard to believe when you can't see something, because we are creatures that have, you know, negativity bias and confirmation bias. And so I just ask as a prayer to the universe, please show me a sign. Show me a sign that is so obvious that even in this state that I'm in right now, I can see it. I'm waiting for a butterfly or a sparrow or a hawk to like fly across. Butterflies? Any butterflies? Butterflies? Ah, I saw a bird. All right. All right, cool. Anyway, I don't want to be beggars can't be choosers, but can you show me something that's not a bird? Just kidding. All right, y'all. Well, lots of love, and that's my update, and I will see you on the next video.